Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to do a new experiment. So last season I did a few propagation of Japanese melon and I grew it in soil and I actually got a bunch of fruits out of it. And so this season we are going to do that again, but this time we are going to do it in hydroponic and we are going to keep it really small in a small system. So these are my melons here. They do have a lot of side shoots that I need to prune. And the reason for that is if you grow melons or cucumbers and stuff like that indoors, pruning is always a good idea. So these side vines right here, you see those? I will need to prune a few of those, and instead of just throwing it away, I'm going to take one and propagate it, and then we're going to grow that and see if we can get melons inside. Okay, so let me go ahead and do a cutting and I will show you what it looks like. Okay, so here is my melon cutting, and I have a fruit along with that, but I think the fruit is going to fall off. And so what we're going to do is we're going to put this in a container of just plain water. And you see here's a node right there. Cut a little bit below the node. It usually gives the cutting a good chance to root from this area right here. And so we're just going to put it in water like that. And then we're going to put this inside my mini grow tent. And once it rooted, we're going to transplant it into a mini hydroponic system, and then we're going to grow it to see if we can get melons. And we're also going to do a lot of trimming because the tent is really small. So once the fruit's set, I'm going to just allow one fruit and we're going to cut off everything else. So let's go ahead and take a look at the tent. Okay, so here is the mini grow tent, and I basically use this for time-lapse video. And so that is what we're gonna grow this plant under. So we're gonna let it sit there until it rooted, and then we're gonna transplant that over to a hydroponic system, and then we'll begin the time lapse, and then you can see the whole process. So we will be back soon. All right guys, welcome back. It has been exactly 2 weeks now, and we have lots of roots in the cutting right here. You see that? So it rooted in around maybe 7 to 8 days, and then I just left it here because I was traveling and stuff, and so I haven't had a chance to record, and so the roots are just out of control right now. So what we're gonna do today is we're going to transplant this into our hydroponic system, and what I'm going to use is the botanium right here. So the roots, the cutting is gonna go here. I would put pebbles on top, and that's how you keep the plant stationed. And then at the bottom here is the reservoir. So we're gonna pour nutrients in there. The nutrients pump the water into the top, and it recycles back down, and then it repeats. And so that's how we're gonna grow it. So let me go ahead and get this set up. Put the plant in here, put the pebbles in, and then get it working, and then I will show you. Okay, so just in case you want to see what the roots look like, here's what it looks like when I pulled it out of the bottle. And so there's my cutting right there. The roots grew from the node right there, and then added a bunch of more roots at the bottom right here. Okay, so let me go ahead and put this into the system, and then we'll start it up. Okay, I have everything set up, so we're gonna look at how the system cycle the nutrients, and then I'll take you closer and let you look at the setup. So there, when you plug it in, it jet spray the nutrients into the top reservoir, and then it drains down to the bottom. And I think it does that once every 1 or 2 hours. I don't know the exact time, but that's exactly what it does. And then there's the line on the side right here. It tells you exactly where the nutrients level is so that you can know when to refill. Okay, so let's take a look closer. Okay, so here is how the plant is being set up in the system. So there is the level where the nutrients going to be, and that's what I'm going to use to monitor. And every 1 to 2 hours or so like that, the water is being pumped into here, and there is the plant. So let's turn it around the other way because I kind of want it towards the back. So I want it to kind of droop over and then crawl somehow that way. And then as soon as I get a fruit, I'm gonna trim the entire plant down and we'll only allow one fruit. That way it doesn't grow out of control and drink all the nutrients without doing anything. So we'll come back and I'll update you guys once there's progress. Okay, it has been 6 days now since we transplanted the plant into the system, and look at that, we have a flower and also a fruit. So this one here is the female flower, so that is a flower with the fruit at the bottom of it, and that is the male flower. So usually they come out around the same time so that it can be pollinated. So what we're going to do today is we're going to use a brush, take the pollen from the female flower, and then pollinate the male flower. So it's very simple to do. So you just take a brush and then you kind of brush in like that, and then you collect the pollen onto the tip of the brush, and then you put it onto the female flower. And that is it. And so indoors this must be required because we don't have any insects to do that for us. So once the melon developed, we're gonna have to trim off the rest because we only are going to allow one fruit on this plant because the system is very small. Okay, so we will be back soon and I will show you what the fruit looks like if it will take. Alright, welcome back. It has been 35 days now and we have a melon. We actually have a few, but I chopped it off because I just want one only. And so it's a really fun experiment. I have a time lapse going, so make sure to stick to the end to see how the time lapse works. So that is it, guys. Cloning melons or propagating melons is very easy, especially if you've grown it in hydroponic. You can also do it in soil. It may be just a bit slower, but it's still a very fun experiment, and you get a ton of melon clones to grow in your garden. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.